What's going on, guys? My name is Ted. This is part 2 of my Demolition Spawn Trap 119-9 gameplay. So be sure to check out the first part if you missed it. I'll leave an annotation on the screen or a link down in the description below if you're on a mobile user. So definitely check that out before you watch this part. It kind of leads into this. Anyways, I'm talking about what I want to see in Black Ops 2, and so that's why I use the Black Ops gameplay. There's a few things I'm going to notice. I'm going to note in Black Ops that I really don't like, and I'm going to touch base on why I don't want to see it in Black Ops 2 or how to fix it, because I think that there's a lot of problems with games, and as I mentioned before, I like to learn how to fix those problems. I think everyone rants, not many people can actually give solutions to them. So here's the first thing I want to see in Black Ops 2 is I want to see the return of the Blackbird. You see it right here. No one can hide from the Blackbird, and I really like that because it doesn't actually give you kills, but it is a very, very powerful kill streak in that it gives you intel on where the kills are at. I really like that. I like the non-lethal kill streaks idea. I think that's really cool. And if you think about it, it's overpowered for me because I always watch my radar. But for most people in the game, people completely neglect it. They don't actually watch their radar very often, or not as often as I do. When I play the game, I physically keep one eye on the radar, my left eye on the radar, and my right eye on the game. And when I got the Blackbird up, I can literally just focus on the radar. I can almost fire my gun without even looking at the screen, just because I'm strictly looking at the radar and know exactly where enemies are. I'm very, very good with learning where people are in comparison to the radar. I know how far away they are if the radar shows they're in one place. And that's a huge thing about the game, and I want to see that again in Black Ops 2. I don't want to see these ultimate stealth perks like Assassin and Blind Eye, which completely negate any other kill streak the enemy can throw at you. I liked in Black Ops where they had most kill streaks were countered with the perks, but some of them, like dogs and blackbirds, you could never counter against. Some of the very higher kill streaks, I like that. That's a balanced game. That's something that you can't counter. That way you actually get rewarded for getting these large kill streaks. Now granted, I do think dogs were a little bit too powerful, and they needed to be tamed down. I think the Blackbird was too powerful for me, but maybe make it something that's just like a UAV, only it sweeps twice as fast and it doesn't have any counter to it. There's no one that can run Ghost or Blind Eye or Assassin, and hide off my UAV. I like that. I like things without counters, and maybe to keep the counter UAV in there just in case, but I still like things like this. Also, a blunt problem right now is the spawns. You're seeing I'm just going back and forth, killing them over and over and over again. These look almost like combat training dummies because of how dumb these people are. And granted, they are stupid, so I should be able to spawn trap them, but not this bad. I think this is a horrible spawn system. Demolition, they never changed the spawns, and quite obviously this is a huge problem. Now in MW3, they kind of tweaked this by flipping the spawns to the polar opposites of the map, and I do like that. However, there needs to be a healthy balance. It shouldn't just be switching the spawns endlessly, but it also shouldn't be somewhere where I can get up in their grill like this and just completely camp here in their spawn. And this is a little ridiculous, and I'm abusing it just because I love doing this. And this is how I have fun in Call of Duty. I know other people don't enjoy this, but you know, to his zone, everyone enjoys something different in Call of Duty. But this is what I enjoy. However, I do think it needs to be fixed. This is obviously not supposed to happen, and these people are not going to have a good time on the other team. What I think needs to happen, and this is what my ultimate solution to Call of Duty would be, is they need to give you a faster and longer initial sprint speed and distance, basically leaving in lightweight and extreme conditioning default to each person, but then make it so that marathon gives you unlimited sprint, which is the way it was in MW2 and in Black Ops with the Marathon Pro. And I want to see it be that when you spawn in, you don't spawn in directly in the action like in Modern Warfare 3, or directly outside the action like in Black Ops. There needs to be a very healthy balance. I want to see it like, you know, midway through the action, probably about in-game length, I'd say about 100 meters away from the nearest enemy, and make sure there's no lines of sight directly looking at you from the enemy's point of view. And make it so that you're a little bit further away from the action, but that you get that extra sprint distance and faster sprint speed so you can get back into the action very quickly. There needs to be a balance there. Right now, the way it is in Modern Warfare 3, once I spawn in, I know there's going to be an enemy like right around the corner from me, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's what they want it to be because they want it to be a fast action game, and they want to keep the map seeming small. I think Woody's Gamertag brought this clear to me that the maps aren't very small in Modern Warfare 3. They just feel small because the spawns always put you directly inside the action, and that way there's always going to be enemies spawning around you and right in front of you when you spawn. It's not a smart spawn system. It gives the impression of a fast-paced game, but in a kind of a bullshitty way, because no one wants to spawn and then die 3 seconds later, or spawn in and then see someone 2 seconds away from them. That's not a fair spawn system. It's not a good spawn system. It needs to be changed. So my proposition is to put the spawn system about midway through the action. I'd say leave it, like I said, about 100 meters away from the closest enemy, and no good lines of sight focused on you when you spawn in. There is easy game code for that, and that's kind of the way the spawn system works. If I did it, I'd put it on a numerical value. I would say a payback spawn should be a +1 point. Lines of sight should be a -1 point if there's a line of sight on you when you spawn in. Far away from the action should be +1 point for the different spawn locations, because there are set spawn locations in each game. I don't want to get too in depth with this, but the way I have it in my mind, I want to program the damn game and just figure it out for them. Because in my mind, I have what seems to be a perfect spawn system, but I know that it'll never translate to that end game. You can never create the perfect spawn system no matter how hard you try. But I do think the one in Modern Warfare 3 is the worst one. I think the best one ever was in Call of Duty 5. Call of Duty 5, I never noticed a bad spawn. Now, granted, that was my first Call of Duty, but I have gone back since then and played it still over, and I still never noticed really bad spawns. At least not the same as in MW3, where literally every single spawn seems to be bad in some sort of way or faction. So that's my problem with the game. I want to see Black Ops 2 have a better spawn system. One more thing I'll touch on really quickly is the equipment. I want to see it back to Semtex and frag grenades being the only lethal grenades. I really don't like claymores, and I really don't even like Semtexes, to be honest. I wish it'd just be frag grenades, but I know that'll never happen again. I guess an overall problem that I see with these Call of Duty games is that they always try to add in more and more and more. And that's not particularly what I want. I kind of like Black Ops, where it was very simplistic. I go inside Black Ops, I know there's no motion sensors on the ground. I know I'm not going to die to some, assassin hiding in a corner, because it's not a very slow-paced game. In Call of Duty 5, the highest kill streak was 7, so once you get that, it's kind of like, deuces, like, I'm going to go run around now, and if I die, who really gives a shit, because I'm going to die and build up another streak of 7. I kind of like that. I like the fast pacing of it, and I liked how those stopping powers, so you didn't have those stealth perks. So, stopping power, I'll get on to the next commentary. I'll also get on how to fix some of the stealth perks. I know I'm doing that a lot, but I always have new ideas, so I'm going to try to focus on those new ideas for Black Ops 2, in particular the futuristic time theme of Black Ops 2. Anyways, guys, Part 3 will be released tomorrow. Hope you guys look forward to that. Make sure to click the link in the description below if you missed Part 1 to go back and check that. And also, guys, subscribe to my channel if you're new to my content, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.